The first home North Greenville football game in over a month. The North Greenville Trailblazers welcome in the undefeated Valdosta State Blazers, 5-0, 1-0 in GSC play on the 2024 season on this beautiful Saturday, October day. Temperature sitting in the mid-80s, and it is absolutely sunny outside. So glad you're here with us on Flow Sports. I'm Gary Wenzel, joined alongside Benjamin London. Benjamin, this Valdosta State team is dangerous. They've proved it so far on the 2024 season. They're just looking to continue business as usual. Yeah,
I got to talk with Coach Jackson before the game down around midfield, and he was kind of saying, hey, they want to do the small things right. And he was even kind of doing the Nick Saban kind of gesture, saying, hey, make sure our guys have red shirts underneath the jerseys, and if not, make sure the jersey's tucked in. It's all about the little details, the small little details that will make them successful here tonight, and that's what it's going to be key for them to get off to a fast start.
Well, here come the North Greenville Trailblazers, sitting at 2-2 overall, 1-0 in Gulf South Conference play. They defeated Benedict last week, 38-21. Their Gulf South Conference win came against Mississippi College by a score of 29-7. So one of these teams is going to get handed their first loss in Gulf South Conference play. This is a tough Valdosta State team. We talked about that. What do they have to do to be able to potentially knock them off?
Yeah, and it starts with their offensive line. Offensively, when we were talking with Coach Jackson before the game, he said, hey, one of the big things that I feel like we've taken a step in from last year to this year is our offensive line. They're very experienced. They only got one sophomore. The rest of those guys are seniors or graduate, fifth-year seniors coming back. So veteran offensive line, and that allows some of their guys to be those big playmakers, allow some big runs, allow some big plays outside on the flats and out on the numbers. So that offensive line is going to be key. Defensively, they're just going to have to get after the quarterback of Dylan Ramirez.
So Dylan Ramirez has a lot of experience in this Trailblazer program. He's averaging 231 yards through the air per game, and on the ground he's a threat as well, averaging 41 yards per game.
Yeah, and Dylan Ramirez, one of the big things this offense has to do with Donnie Baker is just say, hey, we want to be able to establish our presence early. We want to get in front in the lead first. That way it puts Valdosta State in an uncomfortable situation. They've not really had to play from behind. So if North Greenville wants to really impose their will tonight to begin this game, they got to score early and they got to score often, continue to keep the lead, maintain the lead. That way Valdosta's in a situation that they haven't been in very much of the year at all, and that's play from behind.
Well, big threat on the offense for North Greenville is wide receiver Amari Coates. Amari Coates, 100 yards per game through 3 games and 2 touchdowns, so he is such a weapon.
Yeah, Amari Coates has been just a phenomenal guy this year. We got to see him a couple of weeks, I would actually say about a month ago.
Yeah.
It feels like it's been that long. But, when we got to see him, he was a downhill threat, very good on the outside on the flats and the numbers on their screen plays that they worked very well with. He's just been able to be kind of the fill gap for Dre Williams as he's been out for majority of the year with an injury. We got to see him be a captain this afternoon, so he's fully dressed. We'll see what North Greenville has in store for Dre Williams, if he gets his return or not tonight.
Well, this is the first of 3 consecutive home games, Benjamin, for North Greenville. Homestand coming up, homecoming next weekend. Valdosta State here today, obviously. Erskine next weekend, and then they'll play host to Delta State as well, as we start to get into the meat of this Gulf South Conference play. One of the best conferences in Division II football, if not the best. So this will be a true test for North Greenville here early on in conference play. And they are going to come out and be, kicking off as Valdosta State will get a look at that explosive offense early. So Saturday afternoon football here at Yount Stadium in Tigerville, South Carolina. Game was originally scheduled for 7 p.m., Benjamin, and due to some travel issues and problems, they elected to move it up to 3 p.m., so Valdosta State will head back to Georgia after this game and make it back there tonight. So a long day for the Blazers, starting basically early in the morning to about as late in the night as you can get. So on to kick for the Trailblazers, Jacob Brookover, ready to get this one underway as he sends the boot towards the end zone. And picking it out now is going to be Valdosta State, trying to cut to the outside, and he does so successfully, breaking loose towards the sideline across midfield, all the way into Trailblazer territory early. And we got some chirping early as well. That is number 25, Alfonso Franklin, with the big kickoff return.
And there's the flag, and that, like you mentioned, there was a couple chirping, and I think North Greenville kind of had the last laugh as Valdosta State had a little bit of a conversation there at the end of the play, and it looks like it will be called back on Valdosta State. So even with the great return, it may push this back from Valdosta State.
So that is the call, exactly right, Benjamin. That'll back up Valdosta State. Still nonetheless very good field position here to start this one early.
Yeah, head referee David White obviously saw that there and said, you know what, you got to throw the penalty, and great job by the officiating crew kind of on the first play, getting their toes wet a little bit and saying, hey, we're going to make the right calls this afternoon.
Well, Sammy Edwards leads this offense out now for the Blazers. They'll have it at their own 42 after the penalty. Quick pass out there, and that is going to Blake Hester. Hester to the outside, and a first down, about a gain of 13.
You see the explosive offense on display early. You just see the screenplay out to the outside. You just dump it off to the running back and allow him to make some space, pick up the first down.
So Blake Hester getting involved in the receiving game very early on. Hester on the season averages about 54 yards per game. He's also found the end zone 5 times. So a 1st and 10 from the 44 of North Greenville. Handoff goes to Hester once again. He pushes forward for about 5, setting up 2nd and manageable.
Looked like he was going to go to the left and then kind of just got bottled up on the left side of that line, cuts back in the middle, able to pick up at least 5, set up a 2nd and manageable.
So a 2nd down and 5 from the 39-yard line of North Greenville. 2 plays ran so far for the Blazers. Quick pass to the outside is hauled in, going to be short of the first down. Nonetheless, a quick reception, setting up a 3rd and 1.
Great grab there out on the flats and out on the numbers. Almost didn't have his head turn around in time, but able to snag it just in time to push him up 4 yards, set up 3rd down and 1.
So a 3rd and short from the 35. In motion is Harrison Hamsley. Give up the middle, stopped in the backfield. It's going to be close to that first down marker.
I think the lean right there from Hester is going to give him enough for the first down, but no, they're going to mark him just shy. So 4th and inches now for Valdosta State, and this is easily 4-down territory for the Blazers.
You see coming in there and making the tackle is Rylan Ash for the Trailblazers. Decision time early inside the 35-yard line, 4th and less than a yard. Edwards to give to Hester, breaks a tackle in the backfield and ends up getting about 4 yards, more than enough for the first down. He was met in the backfield, Benjamin, just not able to be brought back down.
Yeah, the free safety, Warren Conway, was able to come across the edge right there and was able to almost blow that play up. If he makes that tackle right there, that's a tackle for a loss and gives the ball to North Greenville.
Well, we mentioned in our first broadcast that open field tackling was one of the concerns for this North Greenville team. See it early here, and that time all the penetration to the ball, and that goes nowhere.
Yeah, and great tackle right there by North Greenville's number 9, Gavin Edwards. He came in and laid the boom with a nice tackle, met him right there at the line, so no gain on the play for Valdosta State.
2nd and 10, you got to imagine, Benjamin, that in order to beat a team like Valdosta State, you got to keep them at the sticks or even behind the sticks. So a big play there, 2nd down and long. Looking to throw now as Edwards lofts it up and overthrows his wide receiver, Rodney Bullard, the leading receiver for this Blazer team. That'll bring up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, he kind of looked like he got bottled up there, kind of towards the line of scrimmage. See him right there, kind of try to come across the screen, just kind of gets bottled up in between the linebackers, is unable to get free and get open on time to complete that pass. So now instead of an opportunity right near the sticks, it's 3rd down and long.
3rd and long. We'll see what coaching staff for Valdosta State draws up here on the brink of field goal range. Pass all the way out of the shotgun, in towards the end zone, overthrown once again. Intended target that time was Jalen Petaway.
Great job back there by Jarek Foster, back there in coverage, kind of keeping him close and keeping him honest and making sure he doesn't get near the football. That way it goes out of the back of the end zone. Great job by Foster being able to keep that coverage very, very tight to force the 4th down.
Well, we're going to see a long field goal attempt here early on. It's going to be a 48-yarder from Ethan Eddins from the right hash. And this one is a line drive, never gets up. I'm not even sure if it was tipped, but no chance of that one going in. North Greenville gets the stop and gets the ball back. And we are going to see a look at this North Greenville offense. Not sure if that one was tipped, Benjamin, but it came off the foot weird, definitely. Take a look at it here.
No.
I think it was just a knuckleball all the way. Tried to overkick it a little bit maybe, but nonetheless, North Greenville gets a stop after a big kickoff return, and a promising drive comes to a halt for Valdosta State.
A lot of times when you try to make those long field goals, you want to try to keep it a line drive, and it looked like he kind of got a little bit too high on that ball and created that knuckleball effect.
So Ramirez out of the shotgun now. And a handoff to the left side. Dodging is Jacob Walker. Walker gets about 5, staying in bounds out to the 36-yard line.
And Walker was kind of a surprise in that first game against Kaiser, even though the Trailblazers lost. You know, it was a big thing that big positive that they took away with Walker's big running ability and also his receiving game as well.
So 2nd down and 5 now. Play action this time, rolling right as Ramirez fires a dart over the middle, and he's got a man. This time it's going to be, I believe E.J. Bradford bringing that in. Tyshawn Mansell with the catch there over the middle of the field.
Mansell not really had a lot of receptions this year, but able to make the opportunity and most out of the opportunity. Great job be able to pick up the 1st down.
So 2 good plays for the Trailblazers, close to midfield at the 48-yard line. Motion towards the right, now over the middle once again, and almost able to break the tackle, but nonetheless a dart. That one to Dre Williams.
Good to see him back in that red and black uniform, and you see he's got that cast on. We were wondering how that would affect him. Obviously, doesn't affect him any, and being able to bring that one in, almost take it for a touchdown if he escapes that tackle.
There's a good tackle there from Jordan Billups. Saving a touchdown there. North Greenville at the 35. They continue to throw. Ramirez looking for a shot towards the end zone. Busted coverage. Touchdown, North Greenville. Barreling his way into the end zone. Welcome back, Dre Williams.
Man, when you look back at this play, Dre Williams, they knew exactly where they were going with this football from the snap. You see Ramirez, he has eyes set on Williams all day long. Like you said, the busted coverage, defender slips, and Dre Williams just walks into the end zone. Great play by North Greenville.
Great play, even better drive, an almost perfect drive, Benjamin. Positive yards Almost every play on for the kick now is going to be Reeves Dacus. And he knocks, that is going to be Brandon Bowman. So Brandon Bowman knocks through the PAT, and we will take you to break. 7-0 Trailblazers when we come back on Flow Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, North Greenville University would like to thank its first half sponsors, Great Tire and Auto, Tiffany Frail State Farm, Dick Brooks Honda, Network Controls, Plus Incorporated, Owens and Stokes Insurance, and BSN Sports. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor of Trailblazer Athletics, please contact the athletic department for more information.
Welcome back to Yount Stadium. 9:33 remaining in the first quarter. Benjamin, what a perfect drive.
Man, unbelievable. And Dylan Ramirez finding Dre Williams, obviously a guy that we didn't know if he was going to play or not coming into this game. Being able to make an impact on back-to-back plays leads to a score for North Greenville.
Basically, every play on that drive was to a T. And now the kickoff away from Brookover, and this one is taken out again, and then bouncing off a tackle, and it's going to be another solid return, pushing towards the sideline, out towards the 35. So two solid returns now for Alfonso Franklin. So the Valdosta State Blazers are going to have to do something they're not used to, Benjamin. Come back from behind.
Yeah, and that's what North Greenville wanted to do coming out of the gate, is they said, hey, we want to be able to make Valdosta State play behind the 8 ball. That's what Farrington kind of told us this week. He wants to make sure that he says, hey, we want to have the lead to put Valdosta State in an uncomfortable situation, which they haven't really been in all year long.
So first down and 10 for Valdosta State. We'll see how they respond, facing a little bit of adversity early. Play action pass. Edwards just throws this one away. Eventually takes a hit. No flag for roughing the passer or anything like that, or intentional grounding. So it will be 2nd and 10. Offensive line there struggled a little bit on that one. North Greenville, great job getting inside.
Yeah, the inside linebacker, James Wells, comes in and creates that pressure, and you saw him kind of just squeak through the gap a little bit right there.
Foul. Loss of down. 2nd down.
Intentional grounding.
Yeah, so I stand corrected. There was intentional grounding after a brief discussion between the officials. So it's going to be 2nd down and 15. There was no receiver in the area as he was still in the tackle box. The motion now coming across is Tyler Egerio. And the line now, you get to get a good look at it with a solid push there. Gain of 7 on the handoff.
Yeah, and you just saw him, and he continued to bulldoze through that Trailblazers defensive line. You see him continue to churn and churn and churn, and then he gets the help of a couple of extra offensive linemen as he pushes his way almost past the original line of scrimmage. So 3rd down and about 8 to go.
Blake Hester continuing to be the workhorse back now for Valdosta State. He's had a few good runs so far in this one. Trying to get the pass game going now is Edwards. Throw off the back foot and a slip from the intended target, Grayson Milosevic. So Milosevic falls to the ground. So does the ball. 4th down, 3 and out.
Yeah, and you just watch. He tries to come back on the comeback route down the North Greenville sideline, and when he tries to attempt to make that turnaround, just slips to the turf and falls for that incomplete pass. Back-to-back stops for North Greenville on defense.
So early punt off the shin, it looks like, and towards the sideline. This is going to be exactly at midfield at the 50. Great field position after a shanked punt from Noah Botsford, and Valdosta State in a little bit of a crisis early on.
Yeah, you kind of see it from that angle. It's hard to look at, but like you said, it may have looked like it came off his shin. It looked like he tried to get a little bit too much power, and it ended up going a little bit more up on his leg, and it kind of got right there between the ankle and the shin. Yeah, and you kind of see right there the ankle and the shins where it kind of makes contact and where it makes the ball just knuckleball all the way into the North Greenville sideline. So great field position here for North Greenville. How do they capitalize?
So a 3 and out followed by a shanked punt will set the Trailblazers up at their own 47, up 7 early on one of the best teams in all of college football. Ramirez the give now to the outside. Walker brought down. Good tackle there and penetration from number 22, Azarine Yates.
Yeah, great job by Walker there, getting the edge. Great blocking as well as the wide receiver from this sideline, the North Greenville sideline, goes up and makes that block to create that edge for Walker to be able to get around the outside and pick up a few yards on the gain.
So it is 2nd down and 7 from the 50-yard line. Ramirez still in the shotgun formation. We've seen this look before, this time going towards the sideline, connects with Tyshawn Mansell once again for his 2nd grab of the day, and it'll be about 2 yards short of the sticks.
Mansell really not known for his height, but known for his speed, and even in those screen plays that you kind of see him just dump off, you see his speed kind of play a huge factor as he kind of came across the whole entire field to make that play as he snuck in behind the linebackers to kind of create some of that space. So 3rd down opportunity here for North Greenville.
3rd and short. You got to imagine it's close to 4-down territory. Straight keeper now from Ramirez, pushing forward, and he's got more than enough for the 1st down, and he'll move the sticks.
Yeah, Valdosta State came and tackled Ramirez from behind, and when you do that, it gives the leverage a little bit to Ramirez, so it helps push him forward for that 1st down, as you see right here on the replay. Look at number 99. He comes in from behind and helps push the pile forward, and that gives Ramirez enough for the 1st down.
Under 7 minutes to play here in the 1st quarter. North Greenville driving up 7-0. Ball at the 42-yard line. Ramirez play action, not there. Decides to take it up the middle. Probably a good read there. Pushes forward for about 9 yards.
Yeah, this is a replay that we got to look back at, and this is the reason why Dylan Ramirez is so highly respected by everybody. Look right here. He gets the read, fakes the pump fake, and then takes it himself because everybody was so contained on making sure, hey, we're going to stop the pass, and Ramirez uses his legs to pick up a good gain on the play. 2nd
down and 2 coming up after the gain of 8 from Ramirez. That's a lot of experience, and that's what Ramirez has in this program. His 3rd year starting for the Trailblazers. 2nd down and 2. Straight give is pulled out and tripping by the turf monster after a short gain. So 2nd down and about 1 after CJ Barr gets tackled. Quick snap here. Not sure if they got it.
Keeper on third down for North Greenville.
I think they're going to mark him just shy. And don't be shocked if North Greenville, look, he's shy.
So 4th down and less than 1. Ramirez up to the center. Straight push. See if they have enough this time.
Ramirez carries once again up the middle.
It's going to depend on where they mark this football. This is going to be pretty close. They may have to bring the chains out to measure this one. It looks pretty darn close down there. And they're going to give it a first down.
So the push from Gossett to shove Ramirez across that line to gain. 1st and 10 for the Trailblazers. So it was a 2nd down and 2, and it took 3 plays to get those 2 yards. Nonetheless, same outcome they were looking for. So we have 1st and 10 here at the 32-yard line. Ramirez play action towards the sideline. Washam in the corner. Outstretched hands after a bobble. It's ruled incomplete. Washam saying catch. Official saying incomplete. Might have a look at this one here.
Yeah, this is an incredible play, and he had the route exactly the way he wanted it. Just the bobble in the back of the end zone. Let's see. I don't know. There's a foot right there. This could be a reviewable play, but North Greenville will probably end up taking that challenge and keep it in their pocket just in case.
So it'll be 2nd and 10, and Benjamin, you're absolutely right.
There it is.
Foot, that foot almost was inbounds. It was inbounds, but did he have possession of the ball? That'll be the question. So we will see our first replay of the day here with 4:43 left in the first quarter.
This is what you look at right there. That's the foot down.
I think
the question is, do you call that firm control of the football? He doesn't bobble it after that fact. I would say that's control. Great challenge play right there by Jeff Farrington and company.
Previous play is under review.
That's a great challenge play right there by Jeff Farrington. And it's like we said, when you look back at this is what they're going to look at. Is that right there, firm control. Foot is obviously down, and that foot continues to drag a little bit. And firm control going to the ground, 100%. That should be a touchdown, North Greenville.
So that would be Sam Washam. I have to agree with you, Benjamin. I think that is firm control, and it doesn't say you have to be in firm control for a second or anything like that. It's just the minute you have firm control, if your foot's down, it's a catch, and I believe that's what we saw. Taking another look at it here from the end zone camera.
And like I said, they're also going to look at to see if that a ball bobbles at all as he goes to the ground. At both angles that we've seen so far, you've not really seen that ball bobble any at all as he goes to the ground. So you see some of the fans right there underneath that scoreboard even kind of confirming it too. No matter what, whether it stands or it's incomplete pass or it's a touchdown, great job, great play call by Donnie Baker and company. Here's one more look at it, and like we said, that's the firm control right there. Foot's down in the end zone. You only need 1 foot in college. Ball continues to stay controlled all the way to the ground. Should be a touchdown.
Shout out to our great replay and camera crew there, giving us really great looks at that. Could be the difference.
And I know who else is going to shout them out too, the whole entire North Greenville staff.
Yeah, that's for sure. So, officiating crew taking a look at it in the Gulf South Conference tent. Making sure they get this one right.
If it doesn't stand, it'll be 2nd and 10.
From Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Alabama escapes the University of South Carolina 27-25. Also up at Wake Forest, Clemson has defeated Wake Forest 49-14.
Taking a lot of time looking at this one, and Gary, as you've kind of seen, have looked at almost every angle that we've shown you, and that's exactly the same angles they're going to be looking at under the tent. If we could look back at the route was phenomenally done by the wide receiver from North Greenville. He just created so much separation for him as he kind of made the quick stop and then sprinted full sprint. Be able to pick up that first, that separation that he needed to pick up the first down.
Officials still taking a look at it down here at the tent. One more look at it. Great speed there by Washam as well. Able to chase that ball down, was a tad overthrown, but able to eventually haul it in. And whether he's in bounds or not, that's a different story. But nonetheless, great athleticism there.
And then the other thing you got to start thinking about now is if you're Coach Jackson and Valdosta State, down 14-0. You haven't been down 14-0 all year long. How do they respond after being down for the first time by double digits all season long?
Hey fans, please join me in welcoming the newest edition of Trailblazers. Going on campus tours this morning and joining us for today's game. Let's give a warm welcome to the incoming class of 2029 here at North Greenville.
And the officiating crew is heading back out. So we'll see the call here momentarily.
To schedule your tour.
After review, the player maintained possession with a foot down in the end zone. The ruling on the field is reversed. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Benjamin, there you have it. You're 1 for 1 on the year, man.
Yeah.
And touchdown, Sam Washam.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I figured would be the call.
It's not charged a timeout.
And he's just saying that the challenge flag does not waste a North Greenville timeout. And what a play. North Greenville getting on top of Valdosta State early.
So coming on for the PAT is going to be Brandon Bowman.
46 Brandon Bowman on to try the extra point.
And Bowman knocks it through. It's 14-0 Trailblazers. So we will keep it right here on Flow Sports. Benjamin, this is something that I think is taking a lot of people by surprise.
Yeah, I think if you're looking at a score line, you're probably wondering why in the world is Valdosta State down 14-0. And I think, honestly, when we talked about this earlier, Valdosta State had to make the trip up early this morning. Not really going to stay overnight. A lot of planes have changed over the past couple of days. Time got moved up. This wasn't originally a scheduled kick for 7. Did that kind of play a mentality factor for Valdosta State moving this game up for North Greenville? Obviously, they're hosting. It doesn't really change much of their schedule. So Valdosta State, they got to get something going before they get too far behind the 8 ball, and North Greenville continues to take advantage of it.
Not to mention this Valdosta State team coming off a 59-6 victory over Shorter last week. I mean, that's pretty much as dominant as it could get. So you got to wonder if maybe they've got a bit of a sleepy week here. Up 14 early as the Trailblazers. Still a lot of football left to play. Bit of a pooch kick. Fair caught at the 33.
And you see there's a reason why they've continued to pooch kick this now. Going forward, both returns were for a lot of yards, started in great field position. And so now, even though it was a pooch kick, Valdosta State starts the furthest back they've had the entire game. So great job by North Greenville saying, hey, we're just going to pooch kick this thing the rest of the night.
So they'll start over at the 33-yard line. 4:43 remains in the first quarter. Down 2 scores early on in this one. How will the Blazers offense answer? There's no question as if they can answer It might be when they can answer. Over the middle, he's got a man, and this will be a good reception for about 11 yards out to the wideout, Tyler Aguero.
It's just a deep slant route by Valdosta State, getting behind those linebackers, finding some space. Great job by Valdosta State, getting into the middle of the field and finding that space.
First down and 10 now from the 45. Play action, throw over the middle, wide open into Trailblazer territory. This time it's Grayson Milosevic.
One of North Greenville's corners kind of came off that blitz, and he stays right there, kind of home in the middle of that field. Takes away that wide receiver right there in the middle of the field, but now the free safety has to go up and play that man.
First and 10 from North Greenville's 32-yard line. After two quick receptions. The pitch now out to the running back. This one may be good for about a yard. That's going to be Alfonso Franklin. Nowhere to go out there.
Gavin Edwards is the name that we're going to continue to call tonight, and made a great play right there, keeping him behind the chains for no gain on the play.
So now the short side of the field is the left side. Franklin lined up behind Sammy Edwards, now coming in to his right. Edwards to give to Franklin. Franklin busts loose all the way down inside the 10 and tackled at the 1-yard line. Shoestring tackle keeps him out of the end zone.
Man, he was able to bust a few tackles down there on that left sideline. As you see, he's going to be able to break about 3 or 4 tackles. Gets through the gap right there. There's one. Breaks it. Then you're going to see right there, breaks 2, and finally can't break that third shoestring tackle. This is a big stop to get in the end zone.
First and goal from the 1. 4 downs, you would imagine, to get 3 feet. The give, just short is the initial marking. Doesn't get any closer to the goal line than that one.
Yeah, now gained about a half yard. So now once that center gets right there, snap that ball, the ball's already in the end zone.
So under 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Second down and goal for the Blazers. An interesting decision here to go out of the shotgun when you need less than a yard. The give, Cheney bottled up, loses about a yard.
Great stop right there. You're going to see a couple of Trailblazers in there. John Porter III was one of the first ones there, and then it was kind of ended by Warren Conway. So now it forces a third down and goal. Instead of being from about the half-yard line, you're about at the 2.5.
So it pushes him back just a little bit. Edwards out of the shotgun once again. The give to Franklin, nowhere. Another loss, this time for about 3 yards. And you got to imagine it's a decision that Coach Franklin has to make if he wants to keep the offense out on the field.
Jackson Sims, what an incredible job coming off the edge. Coming through the gap, Able to get the tackle in the backfield. And North Greenville going to make the Valdosta State offense stay out on 4th down.
So first and goal from less than a yard out. Now it's 4th and goal from the 5. The offense remains on the field. Play action. Edwards moving, tucks it, slips. Turnover on downs. North Greenville's defense prevails.
And guess who it is? The bandit, Jermaine Epps. On the big stop, he was able to contain out there on the edge. As you see him right there at the top of your screen, 81 on the defense. Just watch. He plays contain. He sees the running back's not going to get the ball. He's going to contain. He says, watch. I'm going to make sure I'm going to guard the goal line. And he just forces the quarterback to make a mistake. And now North Greenville can't force to make a mistake right here.
14-0 after North Greenville's defense gets a stop. We'll be right back on Flow Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of North Greenville Football, we would like to give thanks to Dr. Nelson for his ongoing support of North Greenville University football. Dr. Nelson is the Department Chair of Sports Management. His taught and supported many of the football student athletes on campus. Dr. Nelson, the honorary football coach for the 2024 season. Dr. Nelson, please stand up. And North Greenville Football will also like to give thanks to Dr. Kerry Dukes. Dr. Dukes is professor in the College of Business and Entrepreneurship and has taught and advised many of the football athletes in his business management classes. I'd like to thank Dr. Kerry Dukes as an honorary football coach for the 2024 season. Dr. Dukes. Standing right at the top of the stairs, give a wave, Dr. Dukes. Hey fans, the North Greenville Trailblazers Club invites all of you to show your spirit by joining the Trailblazer Club for the first time or renewing your membership. By joining, you'll be supporting over 500 student athletes participating in our 20 NCAA Division II programs here at North Greenville. Join the Trailblazer Club today.
Welcome back to Yount Stadium. 22 seconds remain in the first quarter. 4-down failure from Valdosta State. Incomplete pass there on the first play of the drive from the Trailblazers.
Yeah, that's what you'd expect to see. A.J. Tolbert, big tight end, trying to get short slant to at least get Ramirez out of the end zone. You're going to have to find something. They also have Yavin Smith in there, who's mainly a speed back, not a power back. So you're trying to just find some space to be able to get Ramirez out of the end zone.
19 seconds remain here. Second down and 10 after the incomplete pass, which was intended for number 88, A.J. Tolbert. And trouble able to get it out, and that will be a flag in the end zone. If it's intentional grounding in the end zone, that's a safety. We'll see the conversation.
It'll probably end up being intentional grounding. You're seeing Valdosta State players already saying it is a safety.
Intentional grounding on the offense in the end zone. The result of that penalty is a safety.
So 2 points awarded to Valdosta State there. Take a look at this replay here, Benjamin.
Yeah, there's just nowhere for him to go. He's obviously trying to escape the sack, and he knows he's going to go down because of the incoming pressure. There's just nowhere for him to even throw it. Great job by Valdosta State creating that pressure for Ramirez to just be able to inerrantly throw it.
No intended receiver in the area. That's what resulted in the intentional grounding call. So it'll be 14-2. North Greenville now still in control, but they'll punt it away to Valdosta State here towards the end of the first quarter. Valdosta State's defense providing a big break to this team after the offense really, I would say, failed to get in the end zone and get them on the board. They're going to give them another opportunity here after that quick safety.
Yeah, and that's one of the big things that Coach Farrington kind of talked about, limiting those mistakes, and they were able to do that in those first couple of drives, but when you kind of make a stop right there near the goal line, it's kind of an unforced error where you're trying to figure out, hey, how do we get out of the end zone? like I said, there was a lot of pressure from Valdosta State, so give them credit. They were able to force a lot of pressure up the middle and up those gaps, and were able to force the incomplete pass. But unfortunately, it turns into a mistake for North Greenville.
Nearly a flawless game from North Greenville thus far. Valdosta State dials up some pressure and causes the first error from this North Greenville team. It's 14-2. They'll be kicking it away from the 20-yard line.
Number 26, Reeves Dacus, who will punt it to Valdosta State.
So Reeves Dacus out there, the third kicker we've seen from NGU so far today. Reeves Dacus, Jacob Brookover, and Bowman as well. This one goes out of bounds right around the 46-yard line of Valdosta State. 13 seconds remain here in the first quarter, and Valdosta State will get good field position.
And it actually may not. It depends on what the flag is over there on the Valdosta State sideline. This is right there. If you look, they just picked it up. It's around the Valdosta State 48-yard line. See Coach Jackson kind of talking to the side judge over there on that sideline. There's really no one from North Greenville over there to make a play, so now the head referee talks to Coach Jackson.
Coach Jackson in his third year at Valdosta State.
Free kick out of bounds on the kicking team. The ball will be placed after the enforcement of a 5-yard penalty at the end of the run. First down.
It's 20-8 at Valdosta State. As the head coach there for the Blazers. So excellent field position here, Benjamin, for Valdosta State at North Greenville's 48-yard line here. And off to Hester towards the outside. And he stays in bounds for a gain of about 3, and that should do it for the first quarter. Man, North Greenville has came to play so far today.
That is the end of the first quarter.
They've come to play today, Benjamin. They lead 14-2. Not many people expected it. North Greenville proving some people wrong. 14-2 after one. We'll be back for second quarter action from Yount Stadium.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
Kevin, meet your father.
Kevin.
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 Trusted advice for life.
Kevin, how's your mom?
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
an argument to be made by Valdosta State because obviously R.J. Glasgow was not even turning around for the football. He just kind of tried to come in and make a play, but he got there as soon as the ball did, so fair play. It's still a catchable ball, so no interference, and that's about a 50-50 call as Glasgow couldn't get his head around.
One thing I've noticed, Benjamin, is someone who deserves a lot of credit is this defensive line for North Greenville. They have provided a lot of pressure on Sammy Edwards, making him uncomfortable back there. 3rd down and 7. More pressure is provided over the middle, sliding down and making the catch. Easy pitch and catch there. That's to Rodney Bullard for his 2nd grab of the day.
Yeah, a lot of pressure was coming into the pocket. If you see Edwards has to just step up in the pocket and say, hey, I got to make a play. This guy kind of comes back to the football and is able to create some space, pick up a 1st down.
So 1st down and 10 at the 33-yard line. Valdosta State's been here twice already today, unable to cash in as this run goes to the outside for a 1st down, about 11 yards from Blake Hester.
Yeah, Hester's been probably the most predominantly running back in the backfield today for Valdosta State. Has made a lot of good, positive plays. Trying to see if Valdosta State tries to establish a little bit more of that run game now that they've been able to have some success.
1st down and 10 from the 23, so that rush for 10 yards from Blake Hester sets Valdosta State up for success once again. The give to Hester up the middle. This time he gets about 3 yards. Should bring up about 2nd down and 7. Hester continuing to get that workload for the Blazers.
And you mentioned the defensive line, but also a lot of the factors come from the free safeties. A lot of them have been able to get some downfield tackles. Warren Conway on that tackle for the Trailblazers. So great job by these safeties and these corners being able to make some plays in the backfield as well.
Valdosta State struggled with the outside throws so far in this one. So they'll give it back to Hester. Maybe a yard.
E.J. Bradford on the stop for North Greenville. And a lot of these corners for North Greenville are just playing contain. They know that, hey, if it's a run play or if I'm getting blocked, I'm going to be able to slip that block and know automatically it's a run or a screen play. Great job by North Greenville trying to figure out the scheme that Valdosta State's going with.
Sammy Edwards 5 for 7 with 37 yards. Might be another passing down here. Quick throw to the outside. He's got a man. It's Hester pushing for the 1st down, and he might just be a little bit short. It could be another decision coming up here for Valdosta State, Benjamin.
Yeah, it looks like he's a yard shy of the 1st down, maybe 2 yards shy, depending on where they spot it. As it looks like he went out of bounds before he was able to get across. Yeah, it looks like he's going to be about 2 yards shy of the 1st down. So now a big call right here for Coach Jackson and company.
Well, we've seen Coach Jackson go for it on 4th and down once already inside his own inside North Greenville's 5-yard line. They were unsuccessful on that attempt. The officials stopped the clock momentarily and now starting it back up. 4th down and 2 to go inside the 20-yard line. Clock stops.
Timeout, North Greenville. First charge timeout of the 1st half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
So North Greenville takes a timeout to discuss things here defensively, as this is a really big play in this one. The difference between no points or 3 points and 7 is pretty big in a game this caliber.
Yeah, and I think the confusion on the referees and the clock, they were trying to get the play clock up to 25. It went from 40. So there was a little bit of confusion there. But now this gives Jeff Arrington a little bit more opportunity to say, hey, how are they going to line up on offense? What's their scheme look like on this 4th down and short? What do they look like coming out of the huddle? He kind of got a good look at it and said, you know what, I feel like we're not good aligned defensively. Now let's reset, saying, hey, we know what they're going to look like when they come out of the huddle if they continue to look in that same formation. So great call by Jeff Harrington to take that timeout just to at least see what Valdosta State looks like on offense.
12:04 to play here in this second quarter. 1 of the most crucial plays in this game so far. It's been an eventful game thus far as well, Benjamin. So we'll see what Coach Jackson draws up for the the Blazers. And this will be enough for a first down after the straight give to Franklin.
Great job by Franklin. You see the small little gap open on the right side of the offensive line. Gives him a little bit of leverage right there. That's enough of a gap to be able to get him that first down that he needs. Great call by Coach Jackson and company.
First down at 10, right around the 13-yard line. This is a part of the field where Valdosta State has struggled today. They've been in North Greenville territory 3 times now, have no offensive scores. Play action. Slants, pokes, and great coverage there from North Greenville's defensive back. That is going to be E.J. Bradford with the breakup.
Incredible job by E.J. Bradford being able to play tight coverage on his wide receiver. As you see, once this ball gets in there, he's playing right on the back of the receiver. Great job to get a hand in there and force the deflection.
So great pass breakup from Bradford. Second down and 10. For a second it was open. Bradford able to stick his arm out and break it up. Straight give to Franklin. Wide open lane up the middle, and he's in for the touchdown. Valdosta State, after great field position, drives about 50 yards, and Alfonso Franklin cashes in for the score.
You look at the eyes of the defense, they say, look, oh, he's going to pass. But really and realistically, they already handed the ball off up the gut, and it created a massive hole on the offensive line for him to just run right into the red North Greenville end zone for the score. Great job by Valdosta State.
So Ethan Edens on for the point after attempt. He missed one from 48 today. Not this time. He knocks through the PAT. So Valdosta State goes 48 yards, cashes in for 7, and it's 14-9. We'll step aside momentarily on Flow Sports. Trailblazers looking to answer back.
14-9. 11-10 to go here in the second quarter. Young Stadium.
Like to welcome you back inside Yount Stadium. 14-9 is your score. North Greenville holding on to a lead. They got up to a 14-0 lead early, courtesy of 2 touchdown passes from Dylan Ramirez, one to Dre Williams and one to Sam Washam. And we take a look at this touchdown going back. Franklin waits for the blocks to develop and the hold open. Eventually a free 10 yards into the end zone. So Coming on to kickoff for the Blazers is going to be Eddins, and this one bounces, and it's hanging around and almost picked up by Valdosta State. Instead, it will be a free kick out of bounds.
Kickoff goes out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Penalty flag on the play.
Free kick out of bounds on the kicking team. The ball will be placed. Ball will be placed at the 35-yard line, first down.
So a free kick out of bounds now awarded to each team. That one bounced up around, and maybe one more second and Valdosta State might have ran it right into the end zone.
Yeah, it was kind of a scary situation. It looked like it was going to sail, or the returner thought it was going to sail out of the back of the end zone, and then saw it bounce right behind him at about the 1, took a VSU bounce, came back towards North Greenville. Luckily, let it roll out of bounds just in time.
First down and 10 from the 35. North Greenville's offense hasn't been on the field in quite some time since the intentional grounding, looking to pick up on off of their first 2 drives. Ramirez to give to Walker. Walker breaks a tackle to the outside. He's still going, inbounds all the way to the 20, and he is going to barrel into the end zone. Touchdown, North Greenville. Walker, how about a 65-yard touchdown run?
Big run by Walker, and we saw this a couple weeks ago. He was able to break a couple of big runs down these sidelines. Once he gets out in space, that's where Walker can be dangerous, and you see him right there. That's always got to break. Breaks it, turns the corner, keeps his feet in bounds, and has nothing but green turf in front of him as North Greenville takes another big touchdown.
So Brandon Bowman on for the PAT. And it splits the uprights. 65-yard touchdown rush for Jacob Walker.
You see this run again, just unbelievable speed going downhill for Walker, and that's why they've been so excited about him coming into the season and how they feel like they can use him in every aspect, the run game, the receiving game, and that's why they are excited about Jacob Walker.
So right when you think Valdosta State is starting to, make a little bit of a comeback, North Greenville bounces a run to the outside, 65 to the house. And they open the scoring back up. They lead by 12 once again. And Valdosta State is going to have to drive themselves down the field here to try to answer back.
Yeah, and we talked about over the break the momentum shift. It kind of felt like after Valdosta State score, momentum was kind of shifting a little bit. You got the safety, you got the score, and now North Greenville, just one play, able to take it to the house. Momentum may start to shift a little bit more back towards their way.
Coming on to kick it off now is going to be Jacob Brookover. Brookover puts a boot in this one. And bringing it out once again. Another return here for Franklin to the outside, trying to stop and eventually turn it back up. Gets to about the 32-yard line. Slowed down a little bit there, trying to make the defenders guess up a little bit. And, man, he's been dangerous on the return, 3 for 3 pretty much.
Yeah, we've looked at the last time they kicked the ball away, they squibbed it just because they knew of how dangerous of a return threat he has been this afternoon. And you just see he's able to find some space, find some gaps for him, be able to take these returns back for some pretty good gains. He has 3 returns for 117 yards. He's bound to turn one loose for a touchdown at some point if that continues.
First down and 10 from the 32. Edwards takes the snap, give to Hester right away, cuts back, still on his feet before being dragged down right around the 38-yard line.
This is why you see a lot of running backs in practice. They do a lot of high knees. It's because he's able to escape a couple of tackles by just kind of jumping out of the tackle using those high knee techniques that they've been working on in practice. And so that helps him. Instead of being maybe a gain of 3, maybe 4, picks about 6 yards on the run.
2nd down and 4 for the Blazers. The give to Hester again. Breaks through, has a wide open hole right to midfield. So a solid gain there for Hester. And Valdosta State putting together a decent drive so far.
This is where North Greenville's defense looks like it's kind of getting a little bit tired. They've been on the field majority of the game. It's the time of possession is leaning Valdosta State's way, 12:33 to 6:38.
That's because of those quick scores from North Greenville. Once again, Hester will get it. This time he's going nowhere. Loses 4 on the play. And that defensive line from North Greenville prevails once again.
Dakota Weiler, great tackle out in space. He's able to get around the offensive lineman that he's being guarded by. Just comes in to make the tackle. Great job getting around his offensive lineman to make the tackle.
2nd down and 14 from the 46-yard line. Quick pass over the middle, and it's connected to get that yardage back. It'll be about 3rd down and 4 as Grayson Milosevic hauls that one in.
And that helps North Greenville because of the fact of that play would have picked up a 1st down. Now instead, it's only 3rd down and about 4.5 to go. So now it makes you wonder if you're Valdosta State. You've had success in the run. You've had a couple of good pass plays. What do you dial up here on 4th and short?
Seems like their success has been, like you mentioned, in the run and the quick pass. So we'll see if they go back to a slant here or something like that. And there's a wheel route. Franklin hurdles a man and down inside the 10, cuts back, and he's all the way into the end zone. What a play, pitch and catch. Alfonso Franklin, touchdown.
And there is a flag in the end zone. But if this stands, this may be Sports Center top 10. As look at the hurdle. Cuts right there. That's the question. Is he out of bounds? You can't tell in that angle. Makes 2 defenders miss. Cuts back inside and gets into the end zone. So this is going to be a questionable decision right here. What's going to happen? They did talk with Jeff Arrington, so we'll see what they decide. Looks like it just may be an unsportsmanlike kind of at the end of the play, but you look right here. Looks like he's inbounds. And now they're going to go talk to Coach Jackson on the other sideline. Like I said, it's probably unsportsmanlike more than anything, as they're still lined up in the point after attempt formation. So, but incredible job by Valdosta State. There's the hurdle. Unbelievable. And wow. That angle right there shows you he's still in bounds. Just dives into the end zone. And that spike at the end of the play may be the reason for the flag. Personally, I don't agree, but
yeah, I mean,
it is what it is.
That's a high emotion type play there. Climbing the ladder, putting a man on skates. He's doing it all. See if he's in bounds.
Yeah, you see the green turf in between that foot right there, and that's all you need right there.
The result of the play is a touchdown. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense, number 25. That is his 2nd unsportsmanlike conduct foul of the game. He is ejected.
Wow.
Well, that is crucial. Big ejection there.
And they've used him in a lot of different ways in this offense, and so now, and that takes your kick returner away too. He's had a massive couple kick returns in this game, and now that takes away and eliminates that factor as well.
So Coach Jackson getting the explanation now. take a look at it.
And it's just high emotions. I mean, when you make a play like that, and that's a Sports Center top 10 play, yeah, I mean, there's a reason to be that excited. So don't necessarily agree with it, but at the end of the day, that's what's being called. And the first one came on the original kickoff return where he was out of bounds over here, and the helmet kind of came off. And then as he was walking off the field, he said some things, and so
the only other thing I can think of is potentially if he said some things here in this instance. Because, I mean, that was just a clear spike.
There it is. There's the flag. He throws it right there. So the spike is what. And I don't agree with that. But at the end of the day, that's what they call.
High emotions. And through the uprights, the PAT is good. 21-16. And we will take a break here. Alfonso Franklin heads to the locker room. His day is done. Not before he cashes in on a huge touchdown to get Valdosta State back into it.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
The unsportsmanlike penalty on Alfonso Franklin pushes the kick back to the 20-yard line. Will set North Greenville up with good field position, assuming all goes well. Alfonso Franklin out of the game. He had some crucial returns and a touchdown as well to show for it. Pretty solid boot and caught right around the 15-yard line, and time to turn on the gas. Right around the 46 is where he's bottled up. Forward progress will stop him at the 47. Good field position here coming for the Trailblazers with 8:10 to play in the second quarter.
And even though with the score, it still feels like the momentum is a little bit towards North Greenville's side, and especially right here on this kickoff return, being able to find the gap, spins away from the tackle. If that tackle or defender wasn't there, North Greenville could be in the end zone right now. But great field position for the Trailblazers, and we'll see how they capitalize on it with 8:10 to go.
So 48-yard line is where North Greenville will start. Ramirez rolls to his right. Pressure coming, throws it away. Washam takes a bit of a hit there towards the sideline. Unintentional. Second out and 10.
You saw Ramirez trying to make a play happen outside the pocket. Just had too much pressure. Forced the inerrant pass. Great job by Valdosta State's defense of getting a lot more pressure on Ramirez here in the second quarter.
Second out and 10. Ramirez didn't get Valdosta State to jump. And a premature whistle, timeouts, North Greenville.
Second timeout of the first half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
So a 30-second timeout here for North Greenville. Talking things over, 8:02 remains in this second quarter. Man, it's been back and forth. North Greenville got up early, 14-0, then became 14-2, 14-9, 21-9, and then that big touchdown there from Franklin before the ejection. You got to think this is just a dogfight type of game.
Yeah, and Coach Jackson had a lot of respect for Coach Farrington and his staff. And here's another look at this touchdown. Valdosta State kind of closed the gap, and here's this hurdle again. And what I'm telling you, we'll probably see this again on Sports Center when we go home tonight. After everything's said and done, Scott Van Pellet's probably going to do a lot of research into who this kid is and how he makes these electric plays each and every single week, but he won't make any more tonight as he was ejected for the celebration.
Second down and 10. Ramirez drops back to throw towards the sideline and nearly intercepted off the backside of the defensive back. I believe that was Monte Boyd in there to break that up.
Yeah, you look, Tyshawn Mansell, he gets pushed out of bounds, and he knows immediately, hey, I'm not in contention for this football. So he's just standing over there on the sideline, allowing those defensive backs to be able to make the play. Kind of confusing, even though he steps back in. He was shoved out of bounds, so it was not purposeful.
There was Theron Stoops on the breakup. Now we're going to see a timeout for Valdosta State.
Timeout, Valdosta State. First charge timeout of the first half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Valdosta State obviously didn't see anything that they liked defensively. I think they had a couple of guys that weren't on the field or they were trying to get off in time, and they just said, you know what, we're going to take a timeout, realign, and then figure out what we need to do defensively here on a big third down.
So third down and long for North Greenville at their own 48-yard line. They hold on to a 5-point lead. So third down and 10, 4 wide for the Trailblazers. Your best third and long play here now, 5 wide. As Walker drops into a receiver position. Pressure comes, stepping up is Ramirez. He's got all kinds of room to run. Barreling down inside the 25-yard line.
Yeah, it was a full-on blitz against Ramirez, and then guys had man-on-man coverage in the secondary. Watch right here, 33 and 22 have the best chance. 22 misses them. Dylan Ramirez has all kinds of room to make a play.
Once he beat Jeremy Smith up the middle, it was nothing but green grass ahead. So down to the 25-yard line. 7 minutes and 20 seconds remain in the second quarter. High snap. The give to Walker. Outside, met by a Blazer, gain of 4.
You see kind of right there, you watch these linebackers now saying, hey, we got to keep a hat right here on Walker. Walker being explosive so far early in this game, kind of keeping a hat on him, trying to figure out where he is and what he's going to continue to do throughout this game.
So second down and about 6 yards to go for this North Greenville offensive push. And a snap comes before the snap. Excuse me, a flag comes before the snap.
False start, offense number 74. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
False start will be on left tackle Ethan Lett.
North Greenville backs up 5 yards. And second down once again.
So second down and 11 here now for North Greenville from the 26-yard line. Quick pass on the slants, connects with Cam Walker. Cam Walker right at the sticks, and they are going to say he's just a little bit short, third down and less than 1.
Cam Walker, another one of those guys that they count on to be a speedy wide receiver for them. Great job to be able to pick up enough to get it almost enough for a first down.
Yeah, those quick slants have been a crucial part of this North Greenville offensive attack today. Showing off Dylan Ramirez's arm strength over the middle. And Ramirez wants a timeout. That will be North Greenville's last timeout of the half with 5 minutes and 33.
North Greenville, it's their third and final timeout of the first half. This will be a full timeout.
Ramirez didn't like what he saw on third down and short. So 5:33 remains here in the second quarter. They are out of timeouts the rest of the way in this half.
To keep track of all the action at North Greenville,
You got to think about what the play call will be here, because obviously Ramirez has worked a couple times with the quarterback keeper, but sometimes it hasn't worked. There was that one drive when we were down here on the other side of the field where Ramirez had back-to-back keepers, and he was able to get it on that fourth down keeper, but wasn't able to get it on that third down. So what will North Greenville dial up here? You could say that you're in four-down territory, but even a field goal kind of helps you maintain that lead. So I don't think it's four-down territory. I think if North Greenville doesn't get it here, it's an easy chip shot.
Yeah, and if they do make the field goal, assuming that that's the situation that would lie ahead, they would be up 8 points, which is still a one-possession game for Valdosta State to potentially catch up. But North Greenville going to try and punch it in for 7 here as they're up by 5 right now, third down and less than 1. Ramirez plunges forward, and he's got the first down, gain of about a yard.
Great job by the offensive line being able to get that leverage, that first foot down, that initial push to be able to help Ramirez get across the line to gain for the first down.
So now under 5 minutes to play here in this first half. North Greenville has it at the 15-yard line of Valdosta State. Direct run now for Ramirez. Gets about 3 yards. It'll be a second down and 7 from the 12.
Coming into this game, I mentioned a lot of things that North Greenville would probably try to do, and I said quarterback design runs. Those are those runs that you see that North Greenville's been trying to implicate into their offense. Couple-yard gain, but great job by Valdosta State's defense just staying home.
So second down and 7 now for Dylan Ramirez and company. Taking time off the clock. Potentially might want to hold for last possession, flag on the play.
False start offense, not all 11 players came set prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
So another penalty backs up North Greenville once again.
And we kind of talked about this earlier in the first game of the year against Kaiser. North Greenville struggled playing behind the chains last year. That's what led to a lot of mistakes and missed opportunities in the red zone. There's a mistake there. Will that affect them here in the red zone?
Under 4 now, 3:45 to play. Just miscommunication there. Unable to come off of that route was Washam. 3rd down and long.
And Farrington was looking for that flag. He kind of got bottled up there near the original line of scrimmage, but unable to create that separation and get back open. You're unable to see it here. He kind of got bottled up right there near the original line of scrimmage, so now instead of having an opportunity to maybe be close to a 1st down, 3rd down and long.
3:39 to play, 3rd and 12 for the Trailblazer offense. High snap handled by Ramirez, rolling right, setting his feet, lofting one to the back of the end zone and out of the back of the end zone. Accepting the 4th down, and the special teams unit will come on to try and put this in for 3.
Yeah, I know it's frustrating, but obviously when you look at Ramirez, he just made the smart play. Obviously there was nothing downfield that he could find. Had to roll out because of the pressure that he had coming in up the middle. Can't find anybody open. Smart play, just throw it out of the back of the end zone and at least have a chance to get 3.
So coming on to kick this one is Brandon Bowman. He'll have a look at a 34-yard attempt. It's up, and he knocks it through. So North Greenville extends the lead back to 8 points. And it's still a 1-score game. But Brandon Bowman does his job. 34-yarder, good.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, now it's an 8-point game, and so now this has the opportunity for Valdosta State. 3:27 remaining. We've seen how explosive their offense is. They can come down and score and then have a potential to tie it up with a 2-point conversion going into the half, and then we'd have ourselves a ball game. But either way, North Greenville has really come out and played their cards. They were able to get a big stop defensively on that very first drive, score, and continue to maintain that lead here in the whole entire first half of play.
3:27 is what Valdosta State's going to have to work with.
Number 99, Jacob Hooker will kick it for the Trailblazers.
Jacob Brookover sends a pooch kick. And out of bounds, another free kick out of bounds. Despite Alfonso Franklin not being in the game, they elect to take the flag.
Free kick out of bounds on the kicking team. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. 1st down.
Yeah, I think that's kind of questionable now that you don't have Alfonso Franklin back there to return kicks. It's kind of questionable that you decide to continue to squib kick this football now. It almost did get touched by a Blazer.
Yeah, it was close, yeah, if it wanted to keep it or see if it rolled out of bounds. Eventually it did, so good field position for Valdosta State as they'll start at their own 35. Delayed keeper and just going to throw it away.
Jeff Farrington and company trying to get an intentional grounding.
Outside of the tackle box and made it across the line of scrimmage. It should be good.
As it looks like there was a lot
Intentional grounding. Passer was out of the tackle box. The ball reached the line of scrimmage. 2nd down.
just a lot of miscommunication on that play. Looked like he was supposed to hand it off, and it looked like Hester didn't really get the communication call.
Edwards fires a strike over the middle. Gain of about 8 yards there.
Davion Donald on the tackle. Great job to get back there in coverage and stay close. Be able to make the tackle.
Tyler Argiro hauled that one in for a gain of 8, 3rd down and 2, right at the 43-yard line. Stepping up and throwing and laying the boom. Still enough for a 1st down. Good catch there, Rodney Bullard. And hurry-up offense in effect for Valdosta State.
Yeah, Ronnie Bullard has been their best receiver by far this afternoon. Continues to make his mark, and great job continuing to hold on to the football even after receiving the boom from the North Greenville defense.
1st down and 10 at the 45. Edwards drops back to pass once again. Sideline. If the toe's in, it's a completion, and it is. Gain of around 10 yards. It'll move the chains. So John Wright able to haul that one in. A bit of a high throw, but really the only place that this ball could have been put and been caught. So a great catch there from Wright. 1st down and 10, ball's on the ground. Edwards escaping, eventually takes the sack. North Greenville, first sack of the day.
Great job by Tremaine Epps. Just getting back in the backfield and making sure, hey, we force as much pressure as we possibly can. And that's a 2-minute timeout.
So with 1:58, we'll step away. Valdosta State behind the chains.
North Greenville fans, I'd like to encourage you to stay in your seats for halftime. The beginning of halftime, we'll recognize our 2024 Athletic Hall of Fame inductees. That'll be followed by an outstanding performance by the Trailblazers band.
Welcome back to Yount Stadium. 24-16 is your score. Valdosta State with the ball, trying to tie this thing up or get it even closer than 8 points. 2nd down and 18 here. Over the middle, tipped in, almost tip drill pick. Off the hands of Grayson Milosevic and over the hands of the defensive back, E.J. Bradford.
Yeah, we saw the wide receiver for the Blazers go up and make this ball earlier right. Just a little too high for him this time. North Greenville almost capitalized on an interception. Can't hang on.
3rd and long with 1:53 left. Edwards to throw. Off his back foot. Incomplete. There is a flag down as well in holding territory. You got to imagine North Greenville will decline if that's the call.
It's a definite holding call out there on the left tackle.
Holding, offense number 75. The penalties decline. 4th down.
So North Greenville will see the ball back with 1:48, no timeouts.
You see right there, the bottom of your screen just whips the defender around. And even with the deflection, it wouldn't matter no matter what call it was, unless it was on North Greenville. Great stop by the Trailblazers defense.
Punt's got the backspin for it. Coverage is down there. And down right around the 10-yard line. That's where North Greenville's offense will set up. They'll have 1:39 to go pretty much the distance.
And there's a little bit more room compared to the last time they were backed up in their own territory. But these first couple plays, you got to be careful. Find some short plays out to the numbers to get out of bounds quickly. Have no timeouts. This is where you're going to see the leadership of Dylan Ramirez show on full display. Can he lead this offense in a 1:30 drive down the field with no timeouts?
Ramirez the handoff. Bottled up in the backfield. See if Valdosta State takes timeouts. They are not as of right now.
Honestly, I don't think they expected that from North Greenville. I don't think a lot of people expected Jeff Farrington to say, hey, we're just going to hold on to the 8-point lead heading into the half.
So 2nd down and 10, and it looks like they are pretty much content here with this 8-point lead. And you got to imagine Valdosta State, with the way things have been going, is content being down 8 going into half. So not forcing any timeouts for anything crazy to happen. Another give to Walker. This one is close to 1st down yardage. It'll be short. And there's going to be your first timeout from Valdosta State. Interesting timeout there.
State. Second charge timeout of the second half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
So they're going to want one more go at it.
And I think now it kind of sets in for Valdosta State because of the fact now you remind yourself, North Greenville, they get the ball to start the second half. And so if North Greenville picks up a 1st down right here, they're just going to continue to use the clock to their advantage, come back out and have the ball on offense again. That potentially puts the 2-score lead into effect if they're able to come out of the half and score.
24-16, 40 seconds remain here. Third down and 1. Valdosta State still does need to get the stop. They are unable to do so, so it'll be a 1st down and 10. North Greenville stops the clock momentarily for the chains to move, but you got to imagine now Valdosta State will be content with only one timeout, not enough to stop the rest of the clock. So North Greenville does not have to run another play if they don't want to. There is about a 1-second differential between the game clock and the play clock. So looks like they're just going to kneel this out just to be safe, though. And there it is. So that will take us to halftime. What an eventful half we had, Benjamin. It feels like we've seen just about everything that football has to offer. North Greenville up 24-16.
Yeah, and it's been a huge advantage to North Greenville. They came out of the gate, scored early, and now Valdosta State, they're going to have to make some changes and make some adjustments at the half, be able to at least respond and hold North Greenville's offense when they come out of the half.
Well, we're in halftime now, 24-16. North Greenville up by 8 on Valdosta State, who remains undefeated so far. We'll see if that's the case in just a few hours. We'll be back very shortly on Flow Sports with some second half insights and a first half recap. Don't go anywhere.
Attention to midfield as we'd like to recognize the 2024 North Greenville Athletic Hall of Fame inductees. First, we want to recognize 2020 graduate Cindy Taylor. Taylor is named on the upstate and joined the NGU Women's Lacrosse program in 2016, making an immediate impact by starting in all 17 games. She played in every game during her 4 seasons, amassing 73 starts. She holds numerous goalkeeping records and helped NGU to its first ever trip to the Conference Carolinas playoffs. 2018, she earned second team all-conference honors, averaging 8.84 saves per game. Taylor remained with the program after her playing career as assistant coach for former head coach Brianna Temples before taking over as head coach in 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, our first inductee to the Athletic Hall of Fame, Cindy Taylor. Next, the 2018 graduate, Matthew McManaway. Coach McManaway.
Sports fans. We pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
He finished with 7,426 26 passing yards, the second highest in program history.
Kevin, meet your father.
Kevin.
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 Trusted advice for life.
Kevin, how's your mom?
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
Throughout his time with North Greenville.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
we perform Paul McCartney's hit, Live and Let Die. Ladies and gentlemen, North Greenville University Trailblazer Band. The band would like to thank our sponsors, the Lindsay family and the West family, providing the meals for the band today. They'd also like to thank the Associate Dean for the Klein School of Music, Dr. David Cudd, and the Dean for the College of Communications and Fine Arts, Dr. Red Drake, for their support of our programs. Thank you so much for investing and caring for our students.
And welcome back to Yount Stadium. Second half action coming up between the Valdosta State Blazers and the North Greenville Trailblazers. North Greenville has been able to hold on to this lead throughout the entirety of the first half. However, Valdosta State seems to just keep getting a little bit closer and closer, and they're on the verge of striking once again.
Yeah, you look, and this is how North Greenville gets their second touchdown, barely gets a foot in. Great job by North Greenville being able to capitalize on that touchdown. Take that 14-0 lead over the Blazers of Valdosta State. And Valdosta State responds right here on this wheel route. Great job, Alfonso Franklin. And then there's the hurdle that may be seen on SportsCenter later tonight. Makes two defenders miss and jogs his way into the end zone after breaking two tackles. But unfortunately, that little spike sends him home. It's no longer in the game for the Blazers.
Well, what's important right now, Benjamin, is the fact that Valdosta State is down 8 points, and North Greenville gets the ball here to start this second half. How important is this opening drive for Jeff Arrington and his group to score and extend this lead? Because right now it's one possession. Valdosta State is a team that scored 70 points in one game this year. They scored 59 last week. We know they can score, and it's only a matter of time. So North Greenville's going to have to cash in on this possession, it feels like. And let me remind you, the first possession coming into this game that North Greenville opened up with was nearly flawless. I mean, they had positive plays every play, and it was only 5 plays.
Yeah, it's huge. This first drive is probably the biggest, I would argue to say this, the biggest drive probably North Greenville has had in a very, very long time in their program's history, just because they know what's at stake. They've never, ever have beaten Valdosta State in all their years of playing. 0-5, and all 5 losses have been under Jeff Arrington. And you got to think Jeff Arrington in that locker room says, hey, it's not important for him to get his first win over VSU, but it's important as the program to get their first win over VSU. So a lot of implications here at stake. I know, obviously, when you look at, like, point margins, like Valdosta State normally has won these games by 19.5 points per game over the years that they've played. The closest that they've came to upsetting the Blazers was back in 2019 in a 20-15 loss. That was a back-and-forth game. It was really, really close. The next closest one was the 2021, where they got to lose by 10, 31-21 down in Valdosta. So a lot of implications here on the line for North Greenville. They want to get this big win. They know how big it is to go 2-0 in Gulf South Conference play, because as we talked about, it's probably one of the toughest conferences in Division II football. So to be able to get that 2-0 start helps propel them to a big season coming forward.
Well, it's going to be a great second half. We're so glad you're here with us on Flo Sports. North Greenville up 24-16. We'll be back momentarily. Valdosta State on to kick it away to open up this second half. First half, man, was filled with just about everything in the books. Long touchdowns, short touchdowns, lack of touchdowns inside the 5. I mean,
safeties.
Yep, everything.
Field goals.
The only thing that there really wasn't, I mean, unless you count the safety as a turnover, was no turnovers thus far. Other than that, safety.
Ball security, big emphasis for both teams coming into this game. And right now, when you look at it, normally that's the factor that turns games around or helps the team win. Right now, neither of them have a turnover. So great job by both teams keeping the ball secure throughout the first half of play.
Ethan Eddins ready to boot this one away. And we say hello to the second half. A line drive curveball kick is going to get out of bounds. How many times have we had free kicks today? There's just another one.
Free kick out of bounds on the kicking team. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
Yeah, and one of the big things that we've realized today is how many great opportunities in field position that teams have had. North Greenville's probably had the worst, but that's not the way that Valdosta State wants to start the second half, with giving North Greenville some free field position.
Yeah, it could be the difference of about 15 or 10 yards in that range. Ramirez now out of the shotgun. Play action, drops it off to Williams. Williams darts out of bounds, gets about 5 or 6.
Williams' third catch of the day, also has a touchdown in his return.
And around 5 yards on the play, second down for the Trailblazers.
So it'll bring up second down and 4. North Greenville trying to extend this lead here in this one. The give to Walker, nowhere. Loss of 1, so it'll be 3rd down and 5. And a bit of a decision on play call coming for Coach Donnie Baker.
You got to dial something up here because obviously Valdosta State knew they wanted to come out of the half and get a 3 and out. It's going to be a huge play for the Trailblazers right here.
3rd down and 5. Valdosta State showing pressure. See if they stick to it or back out. A little bit of confusion on the offensive line here from the Trailblazers. 3rd and 5, pressure is coming. And it's batted down at the line. 3rd down and 5 is incomplete. And the punt team will come out 3 and out. Not the start you want if you're North Greenville.
Yeah, linebacker Javon right there on the left edge. Get his hand up, and that's enough to tip that ball down. Great job by Valdosta State getting that stop to begin the second half.
A little bit of pressure on the punt there. Fair catch called. And into the arms of Ethan Nathan. So that is going to set up 1st down and 10 right around the 15-yard line for Valdosta State.
And the biggest question that we asked at the half, how will Valdosta State respond? Obviously, their defense has responded. They got the stop that they wanted and needed. And now, how will their offense respond? Had a couple runs that went their way, a couple pass plays that went their way with the wheel route, but other than that, been kind of quiet.
13:35 to play in the 3rd quarter. Drive took just over a minute. 1st down is a pass to the outside, incomplete, in and out of the hands of Tyler Algiero.
Algiero got to hang on to that ball. A beautifully drawn up play. He's got his receiver blocking downfield. He catches that football. Really, the linebacker's coming out from about midfield right here. He's able to make the play and get some positive yards. Only has 1 man to beat. Has his receiver blocking downfield.
2nd down and 10. False start. It's going to back up Valdosta State.
False start, offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
So 2nd down and 15. Not the start North Greenville wanted. Not the start Valdosta State wanted. After their defense gets them a 3 and out, they are finding themselves in a 2nd and 15 in the shadows of their own goal line. Designed run here for Edwards. Slides down, didn't really get much. Maybe 3.
Yeah, he was going to run it up the gut, but that gap closed real quickly. Tremaine Epps did a really good job closing that gap. Forced him outside, and that's where the other linebacker was waiting for them to make the tackle. Great job containing the edge as well by North Greenville.
Third down and 12. Dropping back to pass is Edwards. Pressure comes, flings it over the middle. Intended receiver was there. So that will not be intentional grounding.
Pass is incomplete. We have a penalty marker on the play.
Holding, offense number 75. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
So back-to-back 3 and outs to open up.
Watch right here. Jalen Davis comes in to create that pressure for the Trailblazers. And now the Blazers going to have to punt from deep in their own territory. So North Greenville going to get some good field position. Even if they apply just a little bit of pressure. Haven't seen a lot of good punts, not a lot of good kicks. We'll see how Valdosta State does in this situation.
Pretty good boot here, cross midfield, and a flag flies. Feel like we've seen a flag pretty much every play this half.
It's probably going to be holding on the return team, and if that is what it is, it's going to back North Greenville up after having some good field position.
Holding on the return team, number 10. Foul occurred during the kick. It will be enforced from the end of the kick. First down.
So now instead of starting right there about the 45, pushes you back to the 35. So North Greenville had an opportunity with great field position now back in their own territory at the 35 to begin this drive.
So 1st and 10, North Greenville getting their second possession here of the second half. 12:40 to play in the third quarter. High snap handled. Walker, nowhere to go. Gets one. That was bottled up the whole way.
Number 91, Jamori Jones on the stop. Second down.
Second down and 10. And nowhere to go. Ending up getting sacked is going to be Dylan Ramirez. Valdosta State's defense found pressure and got home quickly.
Yeah, and you see they've been really blitzing more in that second quarter and now third quarter, creating a lot of pressure for Dylan Ramirez, trying to make him escape the pocket, and that's exactly what they did as the pocket collapsed, and Valdosta State was all over it.
3rd down and 14 coming up. Empty backfield. Ramirez looking to throw over the middle. Out of the outstretched hands of the intended receiver, Tyshawn Mansell. We've seen him come towards the middle of the field multiple times today. Unable to connect that time. It'll be 4th and 15, another 3 and out.
You're going to see number 33 for Valdosta State kind of continue to contain that middle.
Just a bad ball there.
Ramirez honest, and that's exactly what happens.
Ball never really had a chance. So 4th and 13.
Leaves Dickinson will punt. Trailblazers.
And it's a rather short punt. Fair caught at the 35, and that is where Valdosta State will set up shop. So kind of the exact opposite of what we saw in the first half, Benjamin. This 3 and outs to open up this second half. It was big play after big play, substantial drives after substantial drives in the first half. But it seems like the offenses are a little bit stagnant here to open up the second half play.
Yeah, the big two things that I've realized so far are penalties and negative plays in the beginning of drives. Obviously, you saw that with Valdosta State, putting them back behind the chains. They weren't able to capitalize from it. Both North Greenville drives had a couple of negative run plays or some penalties that hurt them. Couldn't get anything going. So let's see what Valdosta State responds with.
It'll be a fresh set of downs. Hand off to Hester. It's worked before, and it's working here. Gain of 5.
Hester, one of the stronger power backs in that running back room for the Blazers. As they continue to churn to get a couple extra yards.
Well, let's just say it's a running back room that's very weaved down. I mean, Jane Henry not playing and Alfonso Franklin out with the injury. So between Hester, it's Cheney, who had some goal line touches earlier, when they weren't able to cash in. That will be a first down on the pass to Tyler Agiero. Cheney, really, the only work we saw him was inside the 5. Agiero picks up the first down.
Yeah, and here's 10 at the bottom of your screen right here as he breaks towards the sideline. Just great awareness by Edwards to say, hey, let's just get a couple of short yards and pick up the first down. Great play by the Valdosta State offense.
Quick little play action there. Tackled, stays in bounds. And a gain of about 7 yards.
See, here's what Valdosta State's doing now. They're saying, hey, we're finding some production right now in the short yardage game, whether that's through the pass or through the run. Let's continue to do that. There's no need to really throw the ball deep down the field and pick up some big yards when we're picking up at least 5-6 yards every time we go short.
2nd down and 4. The give to Hester. Hester cuts back towards the middle. A little bit of a tackle from behind. Not enough to stop him before the sticks, but drags him down at the 36-yard line.
Now, this is where, after you've gone short, this is where you can feel like a big play could be coming up here where they're going to try to take a shot down the field.
Bit of some hurry-up offense now. Hester again, this time to the outside. It's going to be a foot race. Continues to push forward, this time for about 5 once again. So Blake Hester continuing to just be that workhorse.
Yeah, Gavin Edwards with the tackle. And a lot of the tackles right now coming from the secondary, your free safeties and strong safeties. Great job by them getting to the football, even on those short yardage plays.
2nd down and 6. For Valdosta State, putting together a really solid drive here. Right around the 30-yard line. Quick pass to the outside, enough for a first down. Cutting back towards the middle and finally going down with the completion and the extra yards is Rodney Bullard, continuing to lead this group of Blazers receivers.
Yeah, he's been their go-to guy this afternoon. And every time he's got the ball, it almost feels like he picks up 10 yards just because of his athleticism and being able to know where the ball is and where he is on the field. Great field awareness by Bullard, be able to pick up the first down.
This is where North Greenville needs to pin their ears back and get a crucial stop, as Valdosta State has been driving pretty substantially here for the better half of this third quarter, as there's a gain of 9 on that handoff to Hester.
Valdosta State continuing to go with a short pass game and short run game. They're finding success through it, and now North Greenville going to make some substitutions on defense to kind of help with that short yardage package.
Been out there for about 5 minutes now. Is that North Greenville defense? You got to imagine they're getting tired. 2nd and 2 from the 15-yard line. The give is to Hester once again, cutting back, and enough for a first down. It'll be 1st and goal from the 8.
Great job to be able to find the gap on that right side of the offensive line. Be able to sneak through that gap and pick up a first down. And now Valdosta has taken a lot of time off the clock, but has been able to pick up positive yardage every single play.
Going to be a pass towards the outside, caught and trying to make a man miss. Finally dragged out of bounds inside the 5, however, to about the 3-yard line. Grayson Malsevich.
You see him almost escapes that tackle. He does. He's in the end zone. But great job right there by Gavin Edwards. Be able to continue to hang on and get the tackle.
2nd and goal from the 3. The handoff to Hester. And he's taken into the end zone. Touchdown, Blazers. Valdosta State drives almost the distance of the field and cashes in on a nearly flawless drive.
You see, they make the hit right there, but then kind of turns his body a little bit to be able to give him the leverage that he needs for the defender to kind of just push him a little bit backwards into the end zone. Great job right there by Hester, being able to turn his body and get in.
They're going to go for 2 and try and tie this game up. 24-22 is the score right now. North Greenville trying to keep that lead. Edwards rolls, nowhere to go with it. Backpedaling, just fires it over the middle, and it falls incomplete. Despite giving up the 6, North Greenville gets the stop on the 2-point conversion. Valdosta State within 2. North Greenville will get the ball back when we come back on Flow Sports. (24-22) is our score. North Greenville holding on to a 2-point lead. Excellent drive from Valdosta State.
Yeah, 100%. And it took a lengthy drive. But here's where it capitalizes right here. Gets hit right there. It looks like it's going to be a loss, but turns his body. The defender kind of helps him push himself into the end zone for the score. Failed the 2-point conversion, but North Greenville still holds that lead.
So coming on to kick now is going to be Noah Botsford. A bit of a change in the kicking system there for Valdosta State, as one too many free kicks out of bounds for Ethan Eddins. So 5:58 in the third quarter. North Greenville will get the ball at the 25.
They've got to figure something out, because obviously the last 2 offensive possessions haven't gone their way. A penalty really kind of disrupted their first drive, and then the second drive just could not find anything, couldn't find any positive plays that worked for them. Both 3-and-out drives. So what will Dylan Ramirez and company and Donnie Baker and company dial up here and find those plays that create some positive yards?
Like Benjamin mentioned, back-to-back 3-and-outs, trying to change the tide of that. Over the middle and through the hands of A.J. Tolbert.
Tolbert's got to hang on to that football. If he does, it's a gain of almost about 15 yards. Gets you up to the 40, gives you a lot of positive yards on one reception, and kind of helps build back that momentum that you feel like you may be losing right now.
Play action coming this way, and he's got a man over the middle, and enough for a first down.
Almost targeting. on the defender, but that escapes. But great job by North Greenville. Rolling out of the pocket with Dylan Ramirez, being able to pick up some positive yards, finding a man in stride right there in the middle of the field.
Ramirez going through his progressions, did a great job, able to find the open receiver in Tyjon Mansell. Mansell had his name called a lot today. And a big pass and a completion to Sam Washam down the field into Valdosta State territory at the 35.
And you got to watch where Dylan Ramirez throws this football. He throws it out and away near the numbers and near the sideline. Why? Because he wants to guide that receiver into the space where only he can hang on to it. Great job by Dylan Ramirez.
You've seen this receiving core step up as Amari Coates in uniform but not in pads. Situation to monitor down there. And pressure comes. Ramirez does a good job spinning out of it. Flag flies, most likely holding, as he just throws it away.
Yeah, you're right. As soon as he spun away, that's where the holding was obviously seen on the right side of that line.
Holding, offense number 74, 10 yards from the previous spot. Replay first down.
So that'll back him up 10. First down and 20 coming up.
It's actually on the left side of that line. It's Ethan Lett. It's the second holding call of the afternoon. And very similar to the first one as Ramirez gets outside of that pocket. He's trying to make sure that defender doesn't get to Ramirez. Holds on a little bit too long.
So a first down and 20 coming. Empty backfield for Ramirez. Waiting for someone to get open. Fires over the head of Mansell. Incomplete, second and 20.
And he had his man and stood a little bit too far in front of him on that little comeback. But now, again, playing behind the chain, something North Greenville is not used to and has struggled with within the past couple of years. How can they capitalize?
.413 remains. Quarter number 3. Pressure coming up the middle. Ramirez unable to escape that one. Great tackle and great pressure there. And there's another flag.
And I can tell you exactly what it was. Because this has happened in the Division I level. When you celebrate using a weapon, it ends up being the call.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense number 40. 15-yard penalty comes with an automatic first down.
See, that gun motion, it's happened a lot of times. We'll wait for the celebration, but great job getting in the backfield. Got the shoelace tackle, but here's where the flag comes in, right there. A weapon formation, we've seen it a lot in Division I football this year, and it has been flagged every single time.
What's crucial about that is the yardage. Excuse me, not the yardage, it's the first down. That was going to be a third and forever. Now they have first down and 10 inside the 40. Defense picking up right where they left off as Walker has nowhere to go. Second down and 11.
We talked about earlier with Coach Jackson even saying in pregame, got to do the little things right. Those little things so far have affected and led to penalties that has benefited North Greenville multiple times this afternoon.
So as time continues to tick away, second down and 11, North Greenville in Valdosta State territory at the 40. Pressure comes from the outside, and that was almost intercepted. And I bet he wished he could have that one back. Coming in from the outside there was Jordan Billups.
And Billups wish he had that one back. As you look at the replay right here, straight into the hands of Billups. And he's unable to come up with it. But still does force a 3rd and long situation for North Greenville. Something that they've not done well in converting in today. Only 4 of 8.
Third and 11. Pressure coming from the backside, and there it is. It gets home. Ball's on the ground. And it is going to be Valdosta State ball. Huge turnover there for the Blazers.
And you watch the rush come in. I mean, it's a full-on blitz. Here he comes from behind, pokes the ball away before Dylan Ramirez can get that ball in forward motion. Valdosta State forces a crucial turnover.
And we're going to take a break with them. 3 minutes even when we come back.
Hey fans, join me in thanking our second half sponsors for today's Go South game. The Boyd team, Jamie Oates III.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
Kevin, meet your father.
Kevin.
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 Trusted advice for life.
Kevin, how's your mom?
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
And a pass down to the outside. It's going to be Milosevic.
Pass complete to number 11. Grayson Malashevitz.
So first down.
Yeah, one pass picks up the first down. And we were kind of talking about this off air. Valdosta State seems like it's got the momentum in their favor. They're continuing to look like that.
First down and 10. Play action. Edwards. Let's see if it's incomplete. It is. It bounced on the ground first.
And you got to remember, North Greenville does have that challenge flag still.
I'm pretty sure that was incomplete. From what I saw up here, it looked incomplete. We could see if we could get the replay on it, but you see the North Greenville defenders begging Coach Farrington to have another look at it, but Warren Conway really wanted it. I believe that did hit the ground. So it is second down and 10 after the incompletion, and an ill-advised throw from Edwards. Has all kinds of time. A receiver downfield. Good coverage by North Greenville secondary.
Gavin Edwards kind of got burned, but he was able to pick up some ground there towards about the 10-yard line to get back in range and be able to complete the coverage and force the incompletion. Great job by North Greenville secondary. They have been the highlight of this defense in tonight's game.
Big third down and 10 here for Valdosta State. They are inside the 45-yard line of North Greenville. Pressure coming. Wide open man. And only one man to beat. Good tackle there, but unfortunately it's about 20 yards too late. 1st and 10, Blazers.
Yeah, well, just not really good coverage by North Greenville. They allowed too much space between the wide receiver and the defender. Give credit in Valdosta State. They found space, able to almost get around the edge. If he breaks that one tackle, he could walk into the end zone. Picks up enough for the first down and deep into Trailblazers territory.
1st down and 10 from the 26-yard line. Play action to the outside and drilling him into the ground. That is going to be number 82, Cole Brown, with the catch. 83, Tyler Smith.
Jarek Foster there as well on the tackle. Playing some pretty tight coverage for the most part of the night.
Defense needs a big stop here. In field goal range already now for Ethan Edens. Handoff, enough for a first down. Pretty much Hester and Cheney are the only two backs available right now for Valdosta State. And it's a 1st down and 10, under a minute to play.
And a Blazer will have to come off as his helmet came off. That was number 74 for the Blazers. So now they'll bring in another offensive lineman to replace him.
Fakes the pass to the outside, eventually unleashes it. Tyler Smith, nowhere to go, loses one.
Again on those little quick screens out to the flats. Kind of pump faked it out there at first and then finally threw it out there and then finally got upended, twisted around. For Jarek Foster there on the tackle.
So under 15 seconds left to play in this 3rd quarter. Most likely the last play of the quarter. And wide open hole. Edwards inside the 5. He'll be brought down. It is enough for a first down. That'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. 1 to play here in Tigerville, South Carolina. Valdosta knocking on the doorstep.
End of the 3rd quarter.
Valdosta State, 1st and goal inside the 5. 1 quarter remains.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll switch hands and come back as we start the 4th quarter in just a moment. Advanced more information on North Greenville Athletics. Check our official X account. Get real-time updates, articles, pictures, and video. We're North Greenville Trailblazers. We're also available on Instagram. ANGU Athletics.
Welcome back to Yount Stadium. Fourth quarter action. North Greenville up 2. However, Valdosta State threatening to score first and goal from the 3. The snap and the give. Not enough. Inside the 1, however. So a gain of 2 there from Cheney.
Now remember, North Greenville was in the similar situation down here at the goal line earlier on defense. Came up with a huge stop on 4th down. Valdosta State looking to score right here in the red zone and take the lead for the first time this afternoon.
James Cheney still the back for Valdosta State. Saw goal line work back here in the first half. They'll give it to him again. And once again, he stopped short. So the goal line terrors continue for Valdosta State as they are just unable to cash out inside the 5.
It goes back to your question. Why are they lining up in the shotgun when it has not worked the entire afternoon? Why not just get Edwards under center and he'll go back in the shotgun?
In theory, you're starting 5 yards further than you have to for the shotgun. They'll keep it to Edwards this time, and then he will walk right in for the touchdown. And for the first time today, Valdosta State takes the lead. Sammy Edwards, 1-yard touchdown rush, and Valdosta State takes over.
Yeah, and you just look, incredible read right here by Edwards. Keeps it himself. It was going to be a blown play, but Edwards keeps it himself, avoids the tacklers, and walks into the end zone to give Valdosta State their first lead of the afternoon.
Ethan Eddins on for the PATA to make it a 5-point game. And he drills it. So, for the first time today, Valdosta State takes the lead. They're up 29-24 in North Greenville. They have got to get the offensive woes going.
Yeah, and the whole third quarter, they just struggled to find any positive plays. And then when they did find a positive play on that third drive, Dylan Ramirez was getting pressured from behind. Ball came out. Valdosta State capitalizes right here on that touchdown. And we talked about it earlier. Whoever has that turnover, it could be the deciding factor. Is that the nail in the coffin for Valdosta State? With the turnover converts to a touchdown, is that the nail in the coffin that Valdosta State needed to be able to seal this game?
Well, not only that, Benjamin, but the past 2 offensive drives have just looked – Valdosta State has looked unstoppable virtually. I mean, they pretty much had their way with this North Greenville defense, and North Greenville didn't really have an answer for any quick pass, any run. I mean, the long pass they've been able to defend. Don't get me wrong. Valdosta State has not really broken loose for a big play, but, I mean, if they can get 10, 15 yards every play, that's more than enough. So the boot and a fair catch into the end zone is received by Yavin Smith.
And you got to think, if you're Donnie Baker and company, what was successful and what made this offense successful in the first half? Go back to those things, because it feels like what they've tried to do adjustment-wise has just not worked. So what can you do now that you've seen these past 3 drives go, all right, we ran, and really didn't throw any of the formations we didn't run any of the formations schemes that we ran in that first half. How do we go back to the well that worked?
See if they do that there. That was a lot of over-the-middle passes, quick slants, and passes like that. They'll give it to Walker, who bounces outside, and he's clocked out of bounds for 3.
And that's another guy that they need to really kind of get going here in the second half, unable to do so as he's up to 89 yards before that run, and he's now up to 92.
So 2nd and 7. The give once again, this time up the middle for another 3. So it'll be 3rd down and 4.
And this is where you probably want to go to the slant. Got only a few yards to pick up, about 4. Want to get to 5. So probably one of those quick slants that worked well in the game earlier. You might want to go back to here, but only 2 receivers in the formation with 2 tight ends. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case.
12:30 left to play. Williams in motion. There's your slant. Just came from the motion man, Williams. Enough for the first down out to the 37.
Great job kind of designing kind of a little bit of a scheme coverage where you say, hey, we're not going to make it seem like we're going to throw the slant, but then bring a guy in motion and go with a double slant on the right side. Drew Williams able to pick up the first down.
So 1st down and 10. Fresh set of downs here for this Trailblazers team in dire need of some points. There's the give. Walker met in the backfield, and he's brought down for a loss of 6. Actually 7 yards on the loss. He was initially met in the backfield, and then help showed up for the Blazers defense.
Great job by Jaquan Hicks being able to hang on right there to allow the remainder of the Valdosta State defenders come in and help finish off the tackle. Force North Greenville behind the chains once again.
2nd down and 17 at their own 30. Pressure coming, and just having to get rid of it. Intended for Washam over his head. 3rd down and forever.
And here it is again. Watch the right side of your screen. Pressure comes. Ramirez is going to just have to dump this one off because there's no one blocking on the right side of that line. They had 2 guys, 2 defenders from Valdosta State coming from that right side, create the pressure. So now instead of that 2nd down where you pick up a couple positive yards, now it sets up 3rd down and long. Got to find a way to get the first down here.
3rd down and 17. Big opportunity here for Valdosta State to get off the field. Ramirez has all day. Running around, dancing around, breaks a tackle. No flags in the backfield, leashes it. Incomplete, and a flag comes in way late. We'll see if this is on Valdosta State.
It is intriguing because it makes me wonder where do they see if it is PI, which it looks like it's coming from that side of the field, where do you see it from? Because it obviously wasn't in the intended target for the Trailblazers, so we'll see what happens here.
Pass interference on the defense number 8. It's 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic first down.
Well, there you have it. It is pass interference. The late flag. See if we can see what it is.
Watch number 8 right there. Oh, there's the arm. Barely gets a hold of that right arm. And that's all it takes.
He's actually on number 20. Darren Stroops. Number 8 was the receiver that was intended for. Officiating. We just got the numbers mixed up there. No big deal. And Ramirez now kicks to the outside, and a throw that never stood a chance. Not on the same page as Mansell.
Yeah, Ramirez trying to throw on the run. Threw it way behind the intended target. Here's another one of those situations. First down play doesn't really play out the way they want it to. And then they face themselves with a 2nd down and long. And 9 times out of 10 tonight, it's put them in a 3rd and long situation here in the second half. So they got to find a positive play here.
2nd down and 10. Motion man is Washam. Washam is the man who finds the ball. And it is a strike into Valdosta State territory. 1st down and 10. out to the 43.
Great job by Walker right here. Watch, there's pressure coming on the edge. He sets that edge. That way it gives Ramirez a little bit more time to sit in that pocket and find his intended target. Great job by Walker being able to create that block out there. Make sure Ramirez has a little bit more time in the pocket.
Ramirez able to fire a strike in there on that one. Handoff met in the backfield, nowhere to go is Yavin Smith. Loss of 2 on the play.
Yavin Smith originally saw a gap kind of open up as soon as he got the tote, but then it closed really quick. Great job by Valdosta State closing that gap and getting a loss on the run.
2nd down and 12 coming up for the Trailblazers. Over the middle, he's got a man. What a catch. Climbing the ladder and going up to get it is Dre Williams.
Great job by Dre Williams climbing the ladder and now sets up 3rd and 1. They're going to have to go quickly here.
They do. Pushes it up for a 1st down. Fresh set of downs for the Trailblazers after the QB sneak from Ramirez.
What a lot of people haven't realized is North Greenville, after allowing that score, is taking a lot of time off the clock. Working their way downfield slowly but surely, piecing together a couple of small plays that have turned into some big plays, but also allowing the time to continue to roll off the clock to give Valdosta State limited to no time to come back and score.
8 minutes and 30 seconds remain in this ball game. North Greenville down by 5. Ramirez making men miss, slides down just shy of the 1st down. He was greeted in the backfield, but said not going down quite yet as he slides down then.
Great job to miss the original tackler back in the backfield, avoids the sack, and then slides down just a yard shy of the 1st down.
2nd down and 2 after the slide from Ramirez. It's where you start the slide, not where you actually land. That time he dives forward and right around that 1st down marker. We'll see what they spot it. Head referee says 1st down, and it will be.
Trey Williams is saying, hey, let's pick this thing up, but Jeff Barrington and company saying, hey, let's continue to keep slowing this down. And that dive right there is enough. Pick up the 1st down for Ramirez. Great ability. Just dive forward and get the yardage you need.
First and 10. Ramirez keeps. Man, he is showing his toughness out there today, Benjamin, at least on this drive. That's 3 keepers in a row.
Yeah, and it looks like every single time it looks like it's going to go to the halfback, as Ramirez hasn't really kept it a lot on those read options, and now he's showing, hey, you're going to have to watch out for me and the running back, and then that allows another hat to be taken off of a receiver or a tight end for them to get open. So great job right here by Donnie Baker and company, making sure they keep another hat on in the backfield.
2nd down and 3. Another keeper for Ramirez. This time the defense sniffs it out. 2nd down and 4. Ramirez loses his helmet. Clock stops. Aiden Bird's coming in.
And this is a crucial opportunity right here, because now this is going to be questionable with what they do here.
So Aiden Bird, the sophomore, thrown into a spot in a 3rd and about 5 in probably one of the biggest drives of this ball game, if not the biggest. And they're just going to elect to take the timeout so they can get Ramirez back out there. So now that they took a timeout, Ramirez is able to go back out. Taking a look at the brand new turf here at North Greenville. The Out Stadium.
Also, North Greenville with the new red uniforms.
Oh, yeah. They look nice. I will say that.
Looks very, very similar when you look at it on film, but when you get up close, you can get to see the new Trailblazers emblem across the chest. The Gulf South Conference logo and Nike logo on each patch on each side of the chest as well. As you mentioned, next couple weeks, right back here in Tigerville.
Yeah, I mean, homecoming next week. You just heard Fred Battenfield, the public address announcer. 3 games on Saturday alone for North Greenville. North Greenville playing football here at 2. Then you got women's soccer at 5 and volleyball at the nightcap. Big third down here. Ramirez back in the game. 3rd and 5. Under 6 to play. The give to Walker. Nowhere. Met in the backfield. The defense comes up big for the Blazers.
So now you have to wonder, being down 29-24, North Greenville is going to say this is 4-down territory.
Yeah, 3 points doesn't really do you any good with the way Valdosta State has been driving here.
And you only have one drives. And you only have 1 timeout remaining if you're North Greenville. Or 2, excuse me.
4th and 7. Ramirez, the snap, rolling right. Throws it, incomplete. He had room to run. The crowd saw he had room to run. Elected to throw it, and it is a turnover on downs. Yeah, huge play there for Valdosta State.
Yeah, you look back and you wonder why Dylan Ramirez didn't elect to run the ball right here. You watch him flush out to the right side. He's got a blocker right there. He throws it to the receiver right there. That could be pass interference. And he had all kinds of room to run and is unable to.
And we will step aside, 5:05 remaining in the 4th.
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
And it's first and 10 for Valdosta State.
Valdosta State has the ball. 1st down and 10. They hit the receiver. And inside is Rodney Bullard. Once again calling his name out to the 35. 1st down, Blazers.
And that's just one of those comeback routes where it's one-on-one coverage. You beat the comeback and you're able to make the reception. You have a lot of space to work with, and that's exactly what Bullard did.
This time a handoff to Hester. Hester cuts back inside to keep that clock running. Understanding the task at hand is the clock is way more valuable than maybe 2 or 3 extra yards. Second down and about 4.
And you got to think back now when you look at it, that fourth down, if you take a field goal, you're only down by just about 3, a little less than 3 points. I can't really see the score on the left side, but you take that field goal, gives you an opportunity, you get a stop, and you get a field goal again.
And another first down for Valdosta State. Clock stays moving because we're not inside 2 minutes yet, despite the first down. So North Greenville is going to hang on to those timeouts, I would imagine, till right around that 2-minute timeout range.
You're hopeful to get a stop on the 2-minute timeout. That would be second down. Then you call a timeout after second down because you only got 2 timeouts, so you want to use them wisely, and I think that's what Farrington and company is trying to do.
The first down run is to Hester, and it looks like he's going to be stopped just about short of it.
But here's the thing for North Greenville. You can't keep allowing these big plays to happen. With just in about a minute and a half or so, Valdosta State's continue to march down this field. And if you're North Greenville and you want to have a shot to win this, you're going to have to force a stop. But give credit where credit's due. Valdosta State's moving the football left and right on North Greenville's defense.
This will most likely be the final play before the 2-minute timeout, barring an incompletion. There's a first down for Hester and another 5 yards. And they will probably drain this to the 2-minute timeout.
And that's even better for Valdosta State because now you have that first down. Again, North Greenville only has 2 timeouts, and you got to use them wisely. So if they pick up a good chunk of yards on the first play drive, North Greenville won't be able to call that timeout.
And there is your 2-minute timeout. Two minutes remain. Valdosta State up 5 with the ball. First down and 10. When we come back on Flow Sports, trying to close it out.
Please reset the game clock to 2 minutes, 2 seconds. Timeout North Greenville prior to the 2-minute timeout. It's their second charge timeout in the second half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Well, I apologize for that error there. I thought it was 2-minute timeout. North Greenville elects to take a timeout there. You think that's just so the next play can only last 2 to 4 seconds pretty much?
Yeah, I think what it is saying, hey, it's first down. You want to have 3 timeouts. So you get a timeout here. It stops the clock. It's first down. You get a stop. That's a free timeout. Force a second down. Then you take another timeout after that, which faces third down. And Farrington's hope is, hey, they'll throw the football and have the incomplete pass, so you're not burning as much time as if you would be if you didn't burn the timeout right here.
Yeah.
That's what his hope is. We'll see how it works out, but Valdosta State more than likely will continue to run the football.
And they've been able to have success running the football, so it also comes down to not just clock. You also have to actually be able to get the stop. Hester the back for Valdosta State, and there's the give. And he breaks 3 for a first down and more. So that will probably just about do it if they score a touchdown or a field goal coming back from this 2-minute timeout to make it into a 8-point game or more. 1:55 remains. We enter the 2-minute timeout. Valdosta State up 5.
As I reminded you about homecoming next weekend here at North Greenville, to learn more about what's going to be happening here next weekend, go to our athletic website, www.nguathletics.com, or follow us on Twitter, the official X account of North Greenville, or Instagram, NGU Athletics. Yes,
1:55 remains. A first down wins the game for Valdosta State. The handoff to Hester, and he's lost 2 yards there. And there's your timeout from Farrington.
Great job by Valdosta State. Really, since being down, at the half, they've made the adjustments necessary to win this football game. Came out and they shut North Greenville's offense down completely. North Greenville hadn't scored since about 4 minutes left in the second quarter of play. Got to give credit to them for shutting down North Greenville's offense time in and time out when it's needed.
So coming out of this timeout, it'll be 2nd down and 12. Even if North Greenville does, in theory, get a stop and they hold them to a field goal or a missed field goal, they're probably going to have around, I would guess, 30 seconds, realistically, to go the distance, and they would need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion if they make a field goal here.
And that goes back to the importance of that safety earlier in the game. Instead of needing that field goal, potentially, or 6 points now, you're going to have to get a 2-point conversion if they kick a field goal, if North Greenville's defense is able to get the stop.
2nd out of 12, high percentage completion. Pushing forward for the first down, not enough. Gain of about 7. So North Greenville unable to stop the clock. As the clock drains under 1:30, the next time they'll have to snap it is at around a minute remaining. 27 on the play clock as of right now.
And as you mentioned, you look, and if they're going to try to pass the football right here, and it's incomplete, that stops the clock. You're going to have to find something to run this clock down.
You got to imagine this is a run and content for possibly a field goal. 5 seconds on the play clock. It's when it's snapped. Hand off to the outside. Hester unable to break free. Clock is unable to be stopped. Under a minute to play. And the field goal unit is going to come out for Valdosta State.
Valdosta State's going to just let the clock continue to roll all the way down and take a timeout. And with the clock, it'll be about 15 seconds or a little bit more.
Yeah, right around that 17, 18 second mark, probably. Five on the play clock now. And with 2, they'll take the timeout. So 17 seconds.
Valdosta State, first timeout of the second half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
And
they'll leave that clock at 16.
We had a good South game here today. I'd like to extend a special congratulations to our
And this right here, obviously you remember earlier in the game, they had a field goal opportunity near this side right here, and it was missed by Valdosta State. That did eventually end up turning into some points. So what will North Greenville try to do here? They'll try to block it and hope for a potential return for a score. But other than that, Valdosta State more than likely will go on to win their 6th straight against North Greenville.
Not only their 6th straight, but their 6th win of this year. 6th straight win of this year, too. 6-0, and would be 2-0 in conference play. So Ethan Edens on for the field goal. It is going to be a 36-yard attempt. Missed one from 48. And this time he knocks it through. So North Greenville's going to need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion with 13 seconds to play.
And we mentioned in the past, specifically versus Kaiser, how North Greenville would, we asked if they may need a trick play to kind of come back and win the game. That may be a similar situation here, where you may want to run some of those screens or just a sweep and then allow somebody to try to throw a ball deep down the field. But don't be shocked if we just see North Greenville take a fair catch and then allow their offense to have a shot to spend a little bit more time trying to draw up some plays.
This is probably going to be a squib kick here, if I had to guess, from Valdosta State.
If I'm Valdosta State, I'd kick it deep. You want to make them work the whole entire field?
You okay with taking the risk on the return for a touchdown?
Yeah, I think you've covered well. There's been one return that's kind of been iffy, but for the most part, you'd rather have North Greenville drive the whole entire field and put your money on that, because even if they do score, you still got to get a 2-point conversion, which has been very hard for either team to do here tonight.
13 seconds remain, and they are going to send it deep. Fair caught by North Greenville. They'll get it at the 25. So 13 seconds. You got to imagine 1-2 plays. I mean, you could use a play and get to the sideline for maybe 10, 15 yards, but then it's got to be a shot to the end zone. You just take your shot now?
Yeah, you got to find some big plays, and you're going to have to figure out some trickery here to make the defense stay on their toes. Because if you have, just a 4 verts kind of situation, they're just going to put some guys back, which they're already going to do right now. They're going to put some guys deep. They're not going to put a lot of guys on the line with pressure. So you're going to have to find some trick plays where you may run a slant and then pitch it off to somebody for an end around. And who knows, but we'll find out right here.
Got a 5-3-3 formation. Ramirez. And they do get to the sideline. That only took up 6 seconds. So this will be the last play of the game if they want to get into the end zone, most likely.
I would say, you ran 6 seconds right there. You can run another 6-second play, allow Ramirez to at least get an arm's length distance to throw that Hail Mary to the end zone. But you're going to have to do something similar, and you're going to have to do it quick.
Well, they rush 3, and they still get home. And the sack ends the game. And Valdosta State will become victorious after trailing the entire first half, most of the third quarter. They come back and win this one by a score of 32-24. North Greenville held scoreless in the entire second half.
Mark Robinson, number 92, right here coming to the left of your screen, right there on Ramirez, hangs on. If he doesn't hang on, that's going to be a Hail Mary towards the end zone. Great job by him, knowing if he makes that sack, game's over, and they seal the victory.
Well, North Greenville held scoreless in that second half, not the foot you really want to end on, Benjamin.
No, and I think Jeff Barrington is going to tell you when we talk to him before the next game next week, he let this game slip away. This team let this game slip away. They held the lead for majority of the game, and it's like I said earlier, when you have that lead, you want to make sure you maintain it. You continue to score and put Valdosta State in a situation that they've never been in before. But give credit to Coach on the Valdosta State sideline, Coach Jackson, doing a phenomenal job coming back and saying, hey, we're going to make the adjustments necessary and come out on top. Did a phenomenal job doing that in the second half. And kudos to Valdosta State and company, able to get the win.
All credit to Valdosta State. They improved to 6-0 on the season, 2-0 in Gulf South Conference play. North Greenville falls to 1-1 in Gulf South Conference play, and 2-3 overall. We'd like to thank you so much for listening to this presentation of Flow Sports here on the campus of North Greenville University. Valdosta State victorious 32-24 in a big one here in Tigerville. I'm Gary Wenzel. He's Benjamin London saying so long and have a great rest of your Saturday night from Tigerville, South Carolina.